We recognize that millions of Americans and lots of people around the world think that human slavery ended 150 years ago. But we're going to talk with you today about the reality that it didn't. It's alive and well.
We have a couple of estimates. One put out by the UN about 5 years ago that said there are about 21 million people around the world in forced labor. And then another estimate put out by the Global Slavery Index by Walk Free Foundation came out last year and said about 46 million people.
One of the areas that we have left happen is it's 150 billion US dollars being earned by criminals. But across the globe, OECD countries are only spending 0.08% of that $150 billion on fighting this. So it's an unfair fight. And the criminals are acting with impunity. It's a crime of choice. It's a crime where it pays to commit this.
It is as large in numbers as some of the numbers we're hearing here because of the ease of it, because of the absolute ability to be able to punch a button and order up a 4-year-old, or punch a button and order up twins. I mean, this is what's going on.
There's the recruiters that lure these people into these positions of exploitation. There's the fact that slavery is illegal everywhere and it thrives, so the law is not being enforced. There's corruption by officials, by police, or they turn a blind eye. That's what enables all of this. And then, of course, you have these hugely vulnerable populations.
This is organised criminality. And I don't think there's any CAO anywhere in the world that wants to produce an item that has been made at the cost of a human life. And that human life could be a 9-year-old in a mine. I don't think anybody could stand up and say, I support that.
These are child rapists. They are raping children. We talk about, oh, it was solicitation. It's not, it's child rape. And until we change the language in this, and also change the language on how we treat the victims of this, Arizona just removed the word prostitution as it applies to a child. No child is a prostitute, and Arizona took a very bold step and just passed the legislation to stop using that word. It's great. The McCain Institute has been fortunate enough to partner with the Howard Buffett Foundation on a labor trafficking study and actionable item, because that's what we do. But we're starting in Texas, and this is about not saving trafficked people. This is about prosecuting the traffickers. Texas is the weakest link in this, and I don't mean that, I'm just saying from a trafficking standpoint, they have the least amount of prosecutions in this area. We have just begun this study. It's very exciting, and Howard's very driven on this issue.
The way we drive sustainable change is by working with really courageous frontline organizations that day in, day out deal with the traffickers, the victims, the corrupt officials, and are the ones that can drive sustainable change over time.
Here at home in the United States, I think we're in the middle of a perfect storm right now. The iron's hot. It's time to strike on this issue because people are beginning to talk about it. This issue is too important to not work together. We're talking about human lives.